Welcome back to Twin Tower. I'm David.
And I'm Gary.
We're just jumping right into this thing. You know what, Gary?
What's
You're
that?
as dumb as a sack of bricks.
Yeah, dumb as a box of hammers. Dave, you've never made anything in your life. You don't know
Oh,
how to make anything.
I can make mud pies and sling them at you. So
Yes.
Elon Musk and Peter Navarro are trading barbs with each other, and it's one of those things where Elon's got a lot more of a fan base. He's got his cult, as it were,
Yeah.
and he's pretty much the wealthiest troll in the world. So, in a mudslinging contest online, my money's with Elon in this
Yeah.
case. If you're going to look for a winner,
Yeah. What what really kind of triggered Elon, the tariffs he's not happy about because that's going to affect Tesla. It's funny how they care about the stuff that impacts them because pain hurts them, but
Yeah.
they're completely okay inflicting pain on others. But Elon's different. Pain hurts him. It doesn't hurt other people.
Yeah.
You know,
Why would you ever cause me pain? I've
yeah,
never
I
done
haven't
anything
done
to anybody.
exactly. I've
He's
only
like
done good things.
he literally is the planet Alderaan. He's never had any offensive weapons in his life. He's a
That's
peaceful
right.
planet. Or for those who are familiar at all with hardware wars, he's Planet Basketball.
Planet Basketball. I like to think of Elon Musk as definitely Planet Basketball.
Yes.
And so, Peter Navarro made a statement that goes, Elon, he's not a car manufacturer, he's a car assembler. And that really sent Elon.
For whatever reason, that rankled Elon Musk.
And he's basically saying that Navarro is truly a moron, because what he says here is demonstrably false. And it's just like, Elon, you are surrounded by people who make demonstrably false statements on a daily basis.
Yep.
I'm glad you can recognize it. It's a shame you can only recognize it when it impacts you.
Right. You don't see it in yourself.
Yeah.
He also made fun of Navarro's alter ego. Was it Ron Nava, who's supposed to be this super incredibly smart businessman who supported Navarro's points on tariff, and Elon Musk trolled him. Never mind the irony that Elon Musk has multiple online personas that he uses to support himself.
Well, what's really
Kettle.
the deciding vote will be made by John Barron.
Yes, or David Dennison. Yes,
David Dennison, of course. Either one of them can solve this. I suspect you'll have a split decision. But David Dennison and John Barron will probably support different candidates.
Have you ever heard the audios from those phone calls that he used to make the radio stations? You can hear there's calls from the 90s that got recorded and played, and they played them back. I heard somebody a couple years ago play back of John Barron calling or David Dennison calling, and Donald Trump has a really unique way of talking, and it was just like, holy crap, it's totally him.
Yeah.
Especially after he's been the president for X number of years, and you got to hear that guy's voice all the time.
Yep.
And
there was no question it was Trump pretending to be somebody else.
And just like Elon, would you say Elon Musk has a very distinctive voice, tone, and manner of speaking? Would you say that you've ever heard anybody who sounds quite like him?
I have not.
And when he would call in shows using these fake names, and he wouldn't bother trying to change his voice. So it's again, the parallels between Trump and Musk are just staggering.
Yeah.
Anyways, what's the point of this? Oh, that's right. The boys will be boys, as
so
White House
Caroline Leavitt, the highly intelligent what's her title? She's like press secretary or
press secretary, I believe.
And her quote was, "Boys will be boys, and we will let their public sparring continue." And it's just like
you could stop it.
My first thought was, Trump must be loving this.
Oh yeah, this is exactly what he likes. He loves conflict. He loves people just going after each other. It gives him a real kick. Yeah, show daddy how much you love him by fighting with each other.
Yeah, you have mentioned that in past readings, and I kind of stored that away in the memory banks. And when I was reading about this in that quote, it's like, oh my God, he's probably absolutely loving this.
Oh yeah, why would you want this to stop? It's a nice distraction. I mean, by the way, when's the last time we talked about Signalgate?
Yeah, it's been a while, huh?
Yeah, it's been a hot moment, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So he managed to successfully get that out of the news cycle by just purely destroying the world economy. Okay.
Hey, whatever it takes, right?
Yeah, or you could have just fired Hegseth and Waltz and reprimanded Radcliffe and Gabbard and called it good. But no, can't do that. Let's crash the world economy instead.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
It does, doesn't it?
So
all right, I'm gonna let you.
Yeah, what Trump's energy is on this.
Oh, you're okay.
Navarro and Musk going at it for entertainment purposes only.
This is hard-hitting, researched-out news journalism.
Yes,
indeed. Brought to you by The Onion.
these tarot cards have gone to journalism school. Graduated.
Kind of sad. Did you ever used to see The Onion articles before Trump got into office?
No.
Are you familiar with The Onion?
It's a satirical.
Yeah, it's the thing that like Iran used to quote The Onion. And say, people really hate the United States. Like, dude, it's The Onion. It's this really horrible satirical blog or newspaper or whatever that it came up with outrageous stuff. And when they tried to do Trump, it was actually more news than the news was.
Yeah.
And even now when I watch it, and when it comes up on Facebook, it's not really funny anymore because it's so close. It hits like they have like man sentenced to death for curb rashing Tesla, or bumping into Tesla while parking, man sentenced to death. And it's like, unfortunately, it's like we're not too far away from that. It seems these days. Mm-hmm. Oh, I miss The Onion. I miss when The Onion was actually what it was worth. But Donald Trump.
Yes. So, foundation of the reading is the Four of Wands. Hey, there's your Rock'em Sock'em robots. You got the red rocker and the blue bomber.
Yoo-hoo.
They're in the ring and they're going. Isn't that the theme that you did your Navarro Musk reading on?
Yeah, I took a Rock'em Sock'em Robots and I did a horrible copy paste job on putting their face up. No talent whatsoever. No attempt to make it a quality job. Other than getting the heads approximately the right size and facing the right
direction. That's how we roll.
That's
right. So there's your two combatants. Now you got to make a choice. Which one do you support? Do you support the guy that's supporting your tariffs, or do you support the guy that's going to be out of your administration in a month?
What's kind of funny is that Navarro is trying to take sort of the traditional high road.
Yeah.
And Musk is right in the mud, slinging it from the social media pages.
Yep. Underneath it, you got the Five of Pentacles.
And we all lose.
At the end of the day, you just got two guys that are on the outside.
Yep.
Yeah, he's loving this. Here's Trump watching these two just go at it outside in the snow. Right now, I think Navarro has the inside lane just because he's pro-tariff and Trump is pro-tariff. But once those tariffs really start backfiring, then Navarro is going to be out there with Musk for sure. In the past, you got the Two of Pentacles. These guys have probably never really seen eye to eye, and just balancing the two of them. Elon is more valuable to me right now. Now Navarro's more valuable to me. Just keeping the balance, and then now I get to play them off against each other. That's that whole Caroline Levitt, boys will be boys, and we'll let them have their little public sparring. The current energy is the world. So I guess that could be two ways. Since this is how is Donald Trump, what's his energy around Trump on this? This is just how his world is. The people in his world, this is what they do. They're just a bunch of vipers. Say whatever I need to say to be in Daddy Emperor's good graces. Overarching energy is the Seven of Wands. It's let the boys have their sparring match. That sure looks like a sparring match to me. They're just going to let them go. The lesson to be learned, Nine of Pentacles. Whoever's bringing the most value to Trump is the favored child. Who makes me feel wealthy and pretty right now?
Hang on for a second.
Okay, put up and then you can call City.
Go. You're on.
Okay. All right. So
sorry, everybody. It's some assholes are out there hacking my card and charging pizzas and hamburgers to it.
Yeah. You got some hungry hackers. So it's all about who's can make me the richest and prettiest maid of the belle of the ball. The outcome is the Four of Pentacles, Trump being the Trumpiest Trump who ever trumped a Trump. It's whatever benefits him is who he's going to support. He is loving this. This is right in his wheelhouse.
Not a surprise. And again with Navarro, with Musk is burning bridges as he leaves. He's leaving the White House, and he doesn't feel like Peter Navarro's on the same intellectual, manly scale as he is. I mean, Navarro's net worth is like $2 million, and Musk wipes his butt with $2 million with $100 bills.
Yeah.
So who's this guy with no net worth telling me what to do or how to do it?
Yeah.
If he was so smart, he'd be a gazillionaire like me.
That's right.
If you're the type of person that equates intelligence and superiority with your checking account.
Yep.
Okay. Man, I don't know what else to do with this one.
Well, I was going to say, is there going to be more of this to follow in the Trump administration?
Yeah, go ahead, read on it.
We saw a lot of that in the first administration. Is this just the beginning of another round of clown show? The rotating door, revolving door. Do you want me to do it, and then you can call City?
No, you go ahead and do it.
All right. So, is this? Are we going to see more of the same of this for entertainment purposes only? Okay. So, Foundation is the Hermit. Well, we're just going to take this one step at a time and see where this path leads us. The challenge is the world coming to the world is the end of a cycle, but this is also Trump's world. It's like he seeks this conflict out, because it makes him happy. It makes his world good. Underneath it is the Seven of Cups. It's just who can be the most crazy. Who can provide the illusion of happiness or the emotional enjoyment that I get out of watching these people just go crazy against each other.
Mm-hmm.
In the past, the Five of Swords, winner takes all, fight. I hope, you guys should fight it out. I'm entertained. The current energy is the Four of Swords. I just kind of wonder, to me, this is almost like a health card. Like it's starting to wear on him. This whole job is wearing on him.
So we had to pause real quick here. Again, fraudulent activities on a credit card of mine, and they were giving me a call back so we could dispute the charges and get the card closed out, and interrupted Gary's flow. But back to it.
Well, but it gave me time to stack the deck, which is there's a silver lining on every cloud.
If we're going to be accused of such things, we might as well actually do it and get the get the cards right. So, oh my God, look at these cards.
Yeah. So the current energy, if is there more to follow? This may be there may be a little brief respite from this. I suspect that there will be more after this. Overarching energy is the Seven of Wands. Fight, fight, fight. That's what Trump lives for. I'm waiting for the Five of Wands to show up, and since I loaded the deck, it's clearly going to come out in this throw. But the overarching energy is the Seven of Wands. Trump, this energizes him. He just lives for this.
Oh, you already got the Five of Swords in the background there.
Yeah.
Here's the sad part. What happens when Elon's gone? Who's going to fight for him?
I know. Fight, fight, fight. Maybe someone will take a pot shot at him, and then he'll have something else to get outraged and all the energy on. The lesson to be learned is the Nine of Wands. It's just he lives for this. All this fire energy around him. Fight to win at all costs. Fight, 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 and just it gets fatiguing for those around him. Certainly for those that have to watch this nonsense. The outcome is the Ten of Cups. It just makes him happy. You've heard the story that he would have his kids fight with each other they have contests on things, and Trump would be the judge. And he loved watching his kids all fighting with each other, trying to win daddy's attention and his approval. So this is just an extension of that. Yeah, it's just he lives for this. Yeah. He may play this off as, we're all just one big happy family, and this is part of being a happy family. But it's so dysfunctional. He gets his rocks off on it. Yeah, he's weirdo. All right. I'm calling it on this one because I'm out of all sorts on this one, which is like Gary's done all the readings. I could have done this with not David. Exactly. Go get not David over there. You have a better reading out of all of this. All right. Anyways, thanks everyone for watching this video and putting up with me and my shenanigans. And give Gary a thumbs up for a stupendous reading. Yes. Tell him he needs his own channel. Just kick me off this channel. I'll call it Tarot with Gary and not David. No, that's not going to happen. I could be a guest star. When not David can't make it, I'll pop in there. Yeah. He's always at the ready, though. Yeah, if you like these videos, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe. We put out a new video every night at midnight. Leave a comment. I read them all. Respond to many. Dave doesn't read any of them. So. I don't read any. Not David reads even fewer. And we give some shout outs and special cards. So I've got a list. You're giving the special cards too. I'm doing nothing in this episode. I'm giving you that too, huh? I'm just a pretty head on the show here. Oh, I know absolutely nothing. Well, we got Helen Carroll from Sydney who just wanted a shout out. Hi, Helen. What about Helen Keller from Melbourne? No, she did not. She did not ask for a shout out. And then we had Carmen, who said she was never on Romper Room. Matter of fact, Carmen sent 2 messages saying that she wasn't on Romper Room. So, yes, but Boy George wrote a song about you. Yes. So that's a culture club. So that makes it for Marianne. Carmen, now you can celebrate. You have had your name shouted out on our channel. I don't know if we're so now you get not only Culture Club, but then you also get Cool in the Gang too. Yes, and on that same theme, we had a message from Valerie who said she never got called out on Romper Room. But what about Steve Winwood or the Monkees? Did the Monkees have a song, Valerie? Valerie. I love you, Val. I remember that. I have some Monkey songs in my playlist that is not among them. Valerie's one of them. I've got it on my Monkey's Greatest Hits, and I'm not singing it because I'm just not there. But so Valerie, here's your shout out. You got a song by the Monkees. You got Seven of Swords. And from Steve Winwood to you, I'm the same boy I used to be. Yes. Maybe you can make off with the royalties. And then I wanted to give a shout out to Lily.
Lily?
also known as Balder's Place. She's got, believe Lily has a cat named Balder, and so Balder owns the place. So Lily just said, I'd like a shout out. So hi, Lily.
Lily, do you game?
What's
Now,
that?
Baldur's a really unusual name. So for those of us who played Baldur's Gate back in the day on the computer, and then later on the PS2, and then currently on my laptop, if you are a Dungeons and Dragons player, my hat's off to you, and I'm not wearing a hat.
Well, it's Baldur's Place, not Baldur's Gate, but close enough. Yeah, I can't help you. You got peanut butter in your ears. And then a pair of Lisas. Now, could you believe that the name Lisa was not called out on Romper Room?
No, I don't believe that. I think you were in school at the time, Lisa.
Lisa White said that her name was not called out on Romper Room, and Lisa, mother of 2 rescues, just wanted a shout out. So for the 2 Lisas, we're going to give you the 10 of Pentacles. You now have a big legacy on this channel.
That's right. There's lots of money to share between the 2 of you.
all the royalties you'll get from this.
Split that lottery ticket.
And for the rest of us, we'll have a little secret card. Oh, hey, we got a secret card that Valerie would like.
I don't know.
The rest of us, we can try and make off with the royalties from Steve Winwood and the Monkeys as well.
Or maybe try and get some of that good old lottery winnings that the 2 Lisas are going to get.
Yeah. So thank you so much for watching, folks. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll catch you on the next video. Take care.
Bye.